On the dusty streets of the Wild West, where danger lurks at every corner and the law often just a bullet away, one woman stands out from the crowd. With steady hands and an indomitable spirit, she defied all odds and became a legend of the American frontier. Her name is Annie Oakley, and her story is one of courage, talent, and triumph in the face of adversity. Annie is a true pioneer who paved the way for women in a male-dominated world. She was born into poverty, but she refused to let her circumstances determine her. Instead, she honed her skills as a sharpshooter, earning her nickname, Little Sure Shot. But Annie is more than just a great marksman. She is also an entertainer, attracting audiences with her charm and charisma. Remember to hit the like button because it helps us a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell to not miss the upcoming interesting videos. Annie Oakley, known by her birth name Phoebe Ann Moses, was born on August 13, 1860. Her birthplace was a modest log cabin located less than 2 miles from Woodland, now Willowdale, in Darke County, Ohio. This rural county lies along the state border with Indiana, and Annie's birthplace is about 8 kilometers east of the North Star. A stele erected by the Annie Oakley Commission in 1981, 121 years after her birth, marks where she came from. Annie's parents are British Quakers who hail from Hollidaysburg in Blair County, Pennsylvania. Her mother, Susan Wise, was born in 1830, and her father, Jacob Mosey, born in 1799. The two married in 1848 and settled in the town of Patterson, Darke County, Ohio, where they rented a farm before buying it with a mortgage circa 1855. Annie is the 6th of 9 children born to Jacob and Susan. Her father was a veteran of the War of 1812. Sadly, her father died when Annie was just a small child from hypothermia and pneumonia, leaving her family struggling to make ends meet. Her mother later married Daniel Brumbaugh and had another daughter, Emily. With her family struggling, Annie had to make a living on her own. Before the age of 7, she started trapping, and by the age of 8, she was hunting on her own to feed her siblings and widowed mother. Annie's outstanding marksmanship quickly became apparent, and she began selling the game she'd hunted to local store owners, such as Charles and G. Anthony Katzenberger, who shipped it. Hotels in Cincinnati and other cities. She also sold her games to restaurants and hotels in northern Ohio, earning enough to pay off her mother's farm mortgage when she was 15 years old. Annie Oakley's incredible sniper skills quickly became known throughout the region, and she quickly became the center of attention. One event that helped her gain public attention was the Bowman and Butler shooting in Cincinnati on Thanksgiving Day in 1875. The event was arranged by touring marksman and former dog trainer Frank E. Butler, who made a $100 bet with Cincinnati hotelier Jack Frost that he could beat any of her favorite shooters. Little did he know that his final opponent would only be a 15-year-old, 5-foot-tall girl named Annie. Though underrated, Annie's incredible talent and precision won her battles, while Butler lost both bets and hearts. They soon began courting and eventually married. Annie Oakley and Frank Butler resided in Cincinnati for a time. Annie took the stage name Oakley, allegedly taking it from the name of the neighborhood where they lived. Some speculate that the name was given to her by a man who paid for her to train tickets when she was a child. In 1885, they participated in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, where Annie quickly became a fan favorite. At just 5 feet tall, Oakley was affectionately nicknamed Watanya Cecilia by her co-star Sit Bull and Little Sure Shot in the show's public advertisements. She experienced stiff professional competition with female sniper Lillian Smith, who was 11 years her junior and joined the show in 1886. This may be the main reason Oakley changed her real age over the years. Then it was reported by the press that Smith had become as favorable as she was. During their 3-year tour, including a stop at the 1889 Paris Exposition, Oakley became America's first female star. She made more money than any other performer on the show, with the exception of Buffalo Bill himself. Oakley also participates in many sideshows to earn extra income. Annie Oakley's fame spread, and in Europe she performed for some of the most prominent figures of the time, including Queen Victoria, King Umberto I of Italy, and President Marie-Françoise Sadi-Carnot of France. She even shot the cigarette butts of the newly crowned Kaiser Wilhelm II at his request. Annie is admired by many for her incredible shooting skills. Annie married her manager and partner, Frank Butler, of Nutley, New Jersey in 1892. Annie was a strong advocate for women's participation in armed forces combat operations in the USA. In 1898, she wrote a letter to President William McKinley asking the government to provide the services of a company of 50 female gunners who would supply them with weapons and ammunition if the United States entered a war with Spain. Although her offer was not accepted, Theodore Roosevelt named his volunteer cavalry Rough Riders after Buffalo Bill's Wild West and the Rough Horsemen's Congress. The Tyranny of the World, where Oakley was a big star. In 1901, the same year as President McKinley's tragic assassination, Annie Oakley was in a terrible train accident that left her temporarily paralyzed and required 5 surgeries. But Annie, a determined and resilient woman, fought through the pain and recovered from the wounds. She left the Buffalo Bill show, and in 1902 she began a new chapter in her life with a lighter acting career in the stage play titled Girl of the West. This play was written specifically for Annie, who plays Nancy Berry, a marksman heroine who uses pistols, rifles, and ropes to outsmart a group of criminals. During her illustrious career, Annie is said to have taught more than 15,000 women how to use a gun. She firmly believes that women need to learn how to use guns, not only as a form of physical and mental exercise, but also for self-defense. She once said, "I want to see every woman know how to use a gun as naturally as they know how to handle a newborn." Buffalo Bill and Thomas Edison, 2 great figures of American history. Did you know that Edison built the largest power plant in the world at the time for the Wild West Exposition, where Buffalo Bill's performance was a major attraction? Their friendship has led to a wonderful partnership that brings the worlds of entertainment and technology together. In fact, Edison filmed 2 kinetoscopes of Buffalo Bill and 15 Indians during their performance on September 24, 1894. But that's not all. Annie Oakley and Frank Butler, Buffalo Bill's performers, also had the opportunity to work with Edison on the big show. They were featured in Edison's Little Sure Shot in the Wild West exhibit, where Oakley demonstrated her impressive shooting skills by hitting stationary and moving objects with the rifle. The film was made on November 1st, 1894, at William Heiss Edison's Black Maria studio and lasted 21 seconds at 30 frames and 39 feet. This masterpiece was the 11th film made after commercial screenings began on April 14, 1894. In 1913, Butlers built the beautiful Annie Oakley House in Cambridge, Maryland, and which was later listed on the National Register of Historical Places. Even after Oakley was in her 60s, she continued to set an impressive scepter shooting record and was heavily involved in philanthropy for women's rights and other causes. Her determination to help young women is truly admirable. Oakley's shooting skills are a testament to her dedication and passion. At age 62, she hit 100 consecutive clay targets from 16 feet away during a shooting competition in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Despite a car accident in late 1922 that required her to wear a steel brace on her right leg, she managed to recover and perform again after more than a year. She even set another great record in 1924. Sadly, Oakley's health worsened in 1925, and she eventually died at the age of 66 on November 3, 1926, of pernicious anemia. Although she passed away, her legacy lives on, and she was thoughtfully cremated with her ashes interred at Brock Cemetery near Greenville. Annie Oakley is not just a gunner or an entertainer. She is also a pioneer for women's rights and a symbol of will and resilience. Her incredible marksmanship and performance have brought joy and excitement to thousands, but her determination and unwavering dedication have made her an inspiration for many others. As we reflect on Annie Oakley's legacy, let's remember her as a true pioneer who broke down barriers and paved the way for generations of women to come. Her story reminds us that anything is possible with hard work, passion, and a little grit. Annie Oakley will forever be remembered as one of the greatest and most remarkable female performers in American history. Please like and share if you find the video content interesting and useful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss the upcoming interesting videos. Thanks for watching.